Hey everybody, I'm back. Yeah, Logan Jackson, just give me a minute. Hey Joshua Thurnell, what's up, Jelly Duck? My stomach is killing me. Oh, excuse me, guys. My stomach has not been the best. Did my phone just freeze? Can you guys hear me? Okay, there we go. Hey, dirty old janitor. Dirty old janitor, I'll look at it in a second. Hand maker, I'll have to check. I'll see you in a little bit. Right now, I'm not wanting too many people up here. Hey, Eli.
Hey, can you hear me, man?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Hey, I got to say this, man. First of all, thanks for having me on and thanks for doing the show. But I got to tell you, bro, we both have iPhones. And when you're using your iPhone to get on StreamYard because there is no app like there used to be on Hangouts when there was Hangouts on air here on YouTube, it works great on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. When I had the iPhone 6 Plus with only 1 gig of RAM, it would keep crashing on me. But hey, hey, that's getting a new phone is great, and you know that because you got a new phone too, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my stomach has been just killing me.
Why is your stomach killing you, bro? What's going on?
I got a stomach condition called GERD.
Ooh,
See, I had an operation on my stomach a long time ago because my stomach ulcers were so bad that when I had the ulcers, the stomach acid kind of got into the lining a little bit and it kind of ate the lining of my stomach away a little bit. So I have to be careful on what I eat.
oh wow. Well, I'm sorry to hear about that, man. I mean, I know you're a strong guy, and I know you had the other stream. You were running a few minutes ago, and I was in the chat. And I was like, you know what, Chris, just get a StreamYard going. Let's go live, you and I, and then if you want to bring on some people, let's change things up. It's a week before Christmas, and tomorrow's my 47th birthday, dude. I'm becoming an old fart, bro. I'm much older than you, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll be 30 this next year, so I mean, I might not be up there like where you're at, but I'll get up there eventually soon enough.
Dude, you're like 17 years younger than me. You can't be more broken than me, brother. I'm just kidding, dude.
I mean, with all the operations I had done on me, I do feel like an old man.
Well, maybe you have an old soul like me, man, but you and I both aren't old, man. We're just good dudes that are, out here looking to make this world a better place. And we've got, number one, we've got our health things to deal with. And number two, we've got other people's, let's just call them opinions to deal with as well, right, brother? You've heard quite a
Mm-hmm.
few opinions over your course of time out here on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how has that been for you, bro? Because I know you and we met almost like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago.
It's
Uh,
been about 2 years,
it's
two
been
and a
more.
half years ago, I think.
You're right, 2.5, because it goes back to my former channel that I shut down, Coach Eli, Uncompromising Business and Personal Relationship Coaching. And then I took 3 months off, was on Facebook for a bit, and then I went through a breakup with my ex, and part of that had to do with being on YouTube and these trolls and haters and all that. And then I came back, and then the whole thing started over again, bro. And then you got involved with trolls, and it's just nice to finally just put it all behind us. But I mean, it was quite an interesting thing, wasn't it, dude? Like it's been one heck of an experience, hasn't it been?
Oh yeah, I've had my fair share of trolls, big time. I've had plenty of those.
Plenty of them.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say was the turning point for you? Like when did you reach the turning point, and how did you just say screw it, I'm moving on?
Well, I pretty much the point that I decided to, you know, start ignoring them is, well, for one, I've been pretty much forced into doing that for the simple fact of, there's a couple of new health issues that I have, that to where I cannot, get myself riled up. Sorry, excuse me. I stomach is kind of. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Uh, I guess he lost connection. I'm guessing. Hey,
Can you hear me, dude?
yeah, I
um
can hear
I,
you.
I'm sorry, yeah, I had to leave for a second because I wanted to go into the stream on the YouTube app, and
Hmm.
then mute the stream, pause the stream so I can see the chat. And when you do that, it cuts off your audio from StreamYard. So now we're good. Now I can see the chat, and I can hear you and talk on here. So go ahead. Sorry, bro.
But yeah, like the pretty much my turning point was when I had to, like, deal with, you know, there's a few new health issues that I've been having to deal with, I was diagnosed with hypertension, and and then, with, my blood pressure and stuff like that. I do have a blood pressure issue also, and the last time I let people get to me, my blood pressure went up so high that I had to go to the hospital over it.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I'm pretty much, I've been pretty much forced into doing that, and I'm actually liking it.
Well, I think that it's a good reason beyond the fact that it was affecting your health, bro. I mean, we want to be healthy first and foremost, right? But even if we're completely healthy, like, this, and I'm looking at the chat right now, and I guess dirty old janitors McNoodles, and I remember you, McNoodles, and hey man, it's great to see you here. He asks in the chat, is this stream gonna sorry, I've got allergies, and sometimes I need to clear my throat. Is the stream going to mention a little bit of drama? I'm just wondering, just wondering. We're not here to create drama, dude. I mean,
No,
we may share. Go ahead, dude.
I'm
First, bro.
just, I mean, I made this stream because, I want everybody to have a good time and get along regardless if, if they can't, if they don't like one person in my chat, they can still be in my chat as long as they don't bring that stuff in here. Because on my channel, I have a zero tolerance for, arguments and drama and stuff in my chat.
Yeah, and you know what, Chris? Here's the thing. Like, it's one thing to share experiences about in the people you've dealt with on YouTube and in life, and dealing with drama and dealing with just crazy situations. And it's another thing to feed into it. Like, the problem out here on YouTube is you have a dedicated drama community of people that just live for that content. And I hate to say it, man. And again, I got to be careful with what I say, because look, I'm not looking to stir up the pot again, but you got a bunch of insecure, immature, grown adults in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond that are just unhappy within themselves, and they come out here to project onto other good people like you and me, because it makes themselves feel better, right? Like,
Right.
if you're a grown man, whether
Mm-hmm.
you're single or married or whatever, right? And you're
Mm-hmm.
happy within yourself, you're not going to feel it in your head and heart to come out on this platform and instigate drama, or come on the streams and say, and this is not against you, McNoodles. I'm just using you for example purposes. You're not going to come out here and say, I'm just curious, is this stream going to have a little drama in it? Like, but why do you want that in the first place? Like, what does that do for you? Does that make sense, Chris? You tell me. Like, am I out of line, bro, or does that make sense to you?
No, it makes sense to me because I've had to realize in the hard way that, I used to allow that stuff. I'm going to admit, I used to let that stuff go on in my chat because I thought it was going to, help my analytics at the time. But
And,
then later on, I realized that, it was just hurting my channel. In the long run, I saw that, and then that's when I kicked that to the curb.
right. And Chris, you hit the nail on the head, dude. Like, look, if anyone's been trolled more than you, I think it's fair to say it's me. I think it's fair to say that I've been one of the most trolled YouTubers that you've probably known out here, right? I'm not trying to toot my own horn. That's really nothing to toot a horn over, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you, dude, like, it's just I don't understand what's happened. Let me be frank here today. We've talked about this on my channel, and you and I have talked. I'm not going to talk about what we talked about that's private, but we've talked about some things that we can talk about in general. What's happening with men, the modern day man, right? You've got
Yeah.
millennial men in their 30s and 20s, and then you have Gen Z, post millennial, I generation men, the new generation. And no disrespect, most of these guys don't have a freaking clue what's happening in the modern world, where women have been liberated, women are now independent, they're buying their own homes, they're working jobs, they're making their own money. They don't really need a man for anything, right? And
Mhm.
there are even women out there empowering these women, saying, ladies, we don't need a man for anything, right? So these women are being brainwashed into really believing this, right? And
Mhm.
because they make their own money, they have their own homes, their own cars, their own everything, right? Women have
Yeah.
become extremely picky and selective, which I can understand that to a certain extent. But a lot of these guys don't know how to handle that. They're very intimidated by these women. And instead of staying the strong man that they're supposed to be, or being raised to be that strong man, they're coming off more submissive. And these
Mhm.
women are just stepping all over them. And then these guys end up becoming very insecure, very weak. Um, and they'll come on a platform like YouTube or Twitter or wherever, right? And they'll start just
Right.
talking smack when they don't even really realize where the problem really lies, right? Then you have a guy
Mhm.
like myself and you, we come out here, we try to help people understand this, and then they attack us for that, right? When in
Mhm.
essence, we actually care about helping you out, right?
Right.
Like, dude, so you tell me, does that make sense to you, dude? Like, what are your thoughts, man? Because you get it. You're pretty smart. You're 29, I believe you said. For 29, you're
Yeah.
a pretty mature dude, bro, and I'm proud of you for that.
Well, I mean, the way I look at it is, okay, you know, this is something that I've had to learn, in my childhood. Like I've been told this throughout my childhood and stuff like that normally. And then later on I learned that I have to do that, in order to be helped, and in order to want people if you want people to help you, you gotta, want to help yourself. You gotta show everybody that you're wanting to help yourself, that you're trying to help yourself. If you're not showing that, then nobody is not going to help you if you're not showing that.
No, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. And how did you get to the point of where you realize that it's time to grow up? It's time to really figure out, what it takes to be a man in the modern world. I'm 29 years old. Like, if you go back to the days of traditionalism, if you go back to the old days before we had modern medicine, we would have already been dead by now. People were living until they were like 20, 25, right? They were having kids when they were, teenagers, like early teens, 13, right?
Right.
So, like, you've got these guys that are in their mid to late 20s, and they're literally acting like 3 year olds. And then you have guys in their 40s and 50s that are acting like babies too. Let alone our president. I don't want to even go there. I mean, he's acting like a big baby, but which is not a great example, right? But how
Right.
how did you realize it was time to grow up and to be a man? And what steps have you taken to continue working to be the best man you could be? Working towards that, I mean.
Well, pretty much the starting point of that in my life, when I turned, it was at 17. uh, I noticed that, my mom was being a lot more rough on me. I started noticing that. And then, when I turned 18, I pretty much got on her nerves so bad one day that, she kicked me out of the house for the first time, and I stayed with a friend of mine for 6 months. And during that 6 months, I had time to, you know, kind of get the feeling of the adult world, like, in where I had to pay my own way and staying with somebody, and all that. It took me. That's pretty much when I pretty much got the hint that being in the adult world is no joke. I mean, like, you got to take care of yourself. Nobody else won't do it for you unless, like, that goes back to what I was saying. If you want others to help you, you got to, help yourself. That's like kind of like getting a job. I mean, if you, if you want money, you got to go out there and earn it. And if you, like, borrow, like, this is the way I think, if you borrow money from somebody, if you get money from somebody, and you ask them for it, as far as like borrowing money or whatever, then I'm that type where I want to pay people back. Even when it's a gift, I even tried to do that. Just the type of guy I am when it comes to that, you know, I I always do that.
Right. And I do trust you and I believe you, dude, because you've always been a good guy, even throughout the times where we were pinned and pitted against each other, such as many other people were out here on this platform over the last several years. And even during those times, I always knew you were a good guy. And I always knew, once I figured out how to, handle the trolls and haters out here on YouTube, I knew the right people that I was meant to associate with and were meant to associate with me would come back. And I really appreciate when you reached out to me about a month ago or so, and we started talking. I'm very, very grateful for that. But I want to mention one more thing, if it's cool. No big deal, and I'm not attacking anybody. I saw GBT's comment in the chat. He was saying Eli doesn't know, what it's like to be trolled. He's been trolled more than anyone. GBT, if you want to take the title of being most trolled, you can have it, dude. I don't want that title, bro. It's nothing to be proud of. I'm just making a funny out of it, dude. And that's the way you got to look at it, Chris, is that it's all a learning experience. And
Right.
for me, um, I realized, let me tell you where my turning point was, if you don't mind, dude. Is that okay? I don't want
Yeah,
to
that's
overtake your show,
fine.
but I think this is a great conversation that can help a lot of people out, dude.
Well, I mean, you got the floor.
Well, I appreciate it, and I respect that it's your show because people have come at me saying, "Oh, Eli goes on other people's panels and overtakes their shows." Like that's another trolling technique that I just
Well,
don't.
I mean, no, I mean, I'm saying myself that you have the floor and talk as long as you need to say what you want to say. I want to, give my guest a chance to speak too.
Well, and you'll have the same opportunity on my channel. It looks like we're probably going to end up doing that stream tomorrow on my channel for my 47th birthday, and Chris is going to be on there, and some of my other mods, and who knows, maybe we'll bring some other people that we can trust. Got to keep it advertiser friendly because Chris and I are both monetized channels, so we don't want the YouTube gods to strike us down, right, brother? Are you there? What happened to Chris? Huh? Are you still there, Chris? Hmm.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no, no problem, dude. You can mute. I was hoping that the stream didn't get shut down or cut off. But here's the thing. Here's what I was going to say. The turning point for me, in 2020, I started getting really severely attacked by a few people, and especially one person. And I haven't talked about him in a while, and I'm not going to talk about him. I'm not going to mention him by name. He may be trolling this chat here. He's very obsessed with me still. But I had to take care of some things. I had to, file a bunch of copyrights, and I had to, take some action. I had to even, get a, harassment order on somebody, a restraining order on somebody. And then after that, I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna just ignore them cold turkey. I'm not gonna respond to them. I'm not gonna talk about them. And if I have to even mention something about them as an example, briefly, I won't mention their name. And if I do that and they make a reaction video to me, I'm just not going to react to it. So I just, for the last like 4, almost 5 months, bro, I just
Hmm.
cold turkey just stopped like letting these people get to me no matter what they do. Like what I said to myself was, I don't care if they simulcast me, meaning rebroadcast my streams and steal my audience. I don't even want that audience anyway. So if they want to rebroadcast my stuff and have their audience watch it on their channels, I don't care. If they want to talk about me all they want, I don't care. If they want to make reaction videos, I don't care. At the same time, if I'm able to flag them down for, guidelines that they violate or copyright, I do it. If it's simple, I do it. If not, I ignore it and I move on. And I've been focusing on my own content. And that's, where the turning point was for me about 4 to 5 months ago. And ever since then, dude, look, like you were saying earlier, bro, that um, when you were involved in the drama, you were getting the numbers, and so was I. Like, dude, I'd get 700 to 1,000 views per stream. So were you, right? Next thing you know,
Hmm.
you get out of the drama, and your views tank to like 100, 200, 300, maybe sometimes 50, right?
Yep.
But here's the thing: that's not a bad thing, actually, because the people that are left, the views that you're actually getting now, are your true supporters. And if you're going to get ahead on YouTube or any social media platform, you need the true supporters to do that. And a lot of times the true supporters are not going to stick around and deal with the haters if you allow them to get to you and if you allow them on your channel. And another thing I did, Chris, is I made my chats members only because I'm a coach, I run a professional business, And I don't want to have people there chatting that really don't believe in my message or really are open to being helped. Now,
Right.
moderators are free and they will always be free. But besides that, people, my streams are still public. But if people want to chat, they have to become a channel member or they have to send a super chat. And if they want to become a channel member to take a stab at me, they'll still get banned and I'll take their money and they can cancel it the next month. If they send a super chat and they want to take a stab at me, hey, if you're going to pay me to take a stab at me, that's cool. But I'm no longer going to let people take stabs at me for free. And so that's what I was doing the last 4 to 5 months. And yes, are my views a little bit down? Sure. But now I'm starting to build them back up to about 150, maybe to 200 a video or stream. And I'm just going to keep pushing forward. And that's where the turnaround was for me. Did you kind of experience the same thing, dude? Like, did you have that turning point? Like, did you just sit back one night and say, okay, this is it, I'm done? Like, how did you do it?
What are you referring to?
Well, you finally came to a realization recently at some point that you're done with the trolls and the drama. You're done with the drama, and that's what you had mentioned to me when you reached out to me to reconnect a little over a month ago or so. Like, when did you
Yeah,
get?
I mean,
Go ahead.
yeah, pretty. Sorry for all the racket,
It's okay.
but yeah, pretty much. I just got to a point to where, you know, well, besides my health, I had, some people behind the scenes that I have to take care of as well. Like in real life, I have to take care of them. Like, of course, my fiance with her being paralyzed, and you already know that story.
Right.
Um, I have to deal with her, because, she is my fiance and I do love her and care for her. So, I mean, outside of being her caregiver, I don't look at it as being a caregiver. I look at it as taking care of somebody that I love and stuff like that. And I do realize she can't get up and do much. I do realize that and stuff like that. Um, but to re-say when I'm to get back on track here, um, it's her. One of the reasons why I'm having to stay away from the trolls and stuff like that, and for I'm and I found out that by letting these trolls get to me, it was affecting my health physically, and and I knew that was something that I didn't need because I knew no with my blood pressure being up and with them letting them get to me and my heart rate going up like at one time my blood pressure got up so high the doctor said that he's surprised I didn't have a stroke or a heart attack.
Oh, wow. Wow, dude. Yeah, I mean, when I hear stuff like that, Chris, that it stresses people out at that level. It's it sucks, man. It hurts, man. And I went through the same thing. The incredible amount of stress that I was dealing with was unnecessary, and all I was trying to do was really help these people. These are the people, in my honest opinion, I still stand tall on this to this day. These are the people that need the most help, but they're just not open to the help. And you can't help people that are not open to help. You can't work with people that are immature and insecure and don't truly want to collaborate. They may say they want to collaborate with you, and then you start working with them, they get you on a show, and then they set you up for to be like the fall guy or the joke of the show, right? They bring you on a
Mhm.
show, They say, oh, this is going to be a debate. It's going to be a fair debate. And then they make a mockery out of you. Then they trigger you. And that's what happened to me. Like these people, they were more experienced on YouTube than I was. And I think the same thing happened to you. Like we had to learn the YouTube ropes. Now, we know the YouTube ropes. If we wanted to play the same game on other people, we could, but it's not in our head and hearts to actually do that. And let me just say one thing about, and I'm being very polite to you, GBT, and I'm not going to attack you, and I don't think you're a bad guy. But here's the thing, like, there's GBT in the chat. He's projecting, but I'm not mad. I'm just stating what I see. I get way more than 100 views on my videos. LMAO. That's great, dude. I'm happy for you. And he's like, scammer Eli already asked that question. How many times he gonna ask it? Like, dude, why can't you just be a mature dude? Like, Gorilla Bear Tech, are you the type of guy that needs to come on a chat and instigate drama because that's how you get your views? Like, I mean, it's okay, dude. I can take it. I'm not mad, Chris, and I'm not triggered at all. I'm just saying I used to do the same things that GBT's doing, but I didn't even realize I was doing that. Like I was just trying to connect with people, right? See, GBT at this point knows about the game on YouTube regarding trolls and instigating drama, and instead of stopping to feed into drama, which is what I'm trying to say, and creating some more positive content, he continues to do that because that's getting him the views, and he thinks that that is going to be sustainable long term. If you're happy with what you're doing, GBT, and you're getting a lot of views, and that's what you want to do for the rest of your life, and let's say you start making money off of it and you're happy with that, then that's on you, dude. The bottom line is I may be getting fewer views than you, but I'm more focused on getting the right people on my channel. And it may take me another 6 months or a year to start getting the views you're getting or more than that. But by the time I get there, it's going to be with more of the target market that I'm looking to reach that truly appreciates my work and enjoys my content. And and it's funny, dude. It's like LMAO, you do the drama. Nope, I don't, bro. I'm a coach, dude. I come and I just share my thoughts about people's behavior patterns, and I just share my experiences, and that's all I'm doing. But that's okay. Back to you, Chris. I think I said enough for the time being.
Yeah, I mean, like, and pretty much overall, I just, I've just pretty much got a mindset now that, you know, pretty much kind of like what you're saying, if people are not coming in the chat to be positive or whatever, and then I mean, I say, you don't, I mean, if you don't like the stream or whatever, you don't have to be there. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I mean, if they want to be in the chat, just, they can, I mean, I do believe in, if two people don't like each other, they can, coexist with each other, they can coexist. I mean, that's not impossible, I mean, that ain't something hard to do.
Yes, but do you mind if I jump in for a second, Chris? Because I think there's a more important point. You make a great point, but I look at it a little bit deeper. Do you mind if I just jump in for a second?
Sure, go ahead.
And then obviously it's your show and you share your feedback, because I really want to know how you feel about this too, bro. Like, and I'm not gonna mention names, but there was a guy that came into your chat earlier, and him and I were going back and forth for over 3 years. And the moment that I saw him in your chat with a wrench, I just said, look, I've disassociated myself with this guy. I have to leave for the time being. And I didn't make a big scene. I
Yeah.
messaged you privately behind the scenes. Then he kept talking smack, and then you made me aware that you removed him because he was talking smack. And and want that. You never really wanted that in the first place, but now you don't want that at all. And so my whole issue stems beyond, the trolling that's happening out here on YouTube. It stems to the point of where, again, like I said earlier, if you're a grown man in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond, and you come out here on YouTube, run a YouTube channel that's a drama channel, and you go around trolling other YouTube channels and talking smack about people all day to try to instigate drama, to try to get a reaction. So that way you have content to feed to an audience that, loves the same cringy drama that you love. It's a bunch of people that are immature and insecure, all congregating on this one guy's channel that was in your chat earlier, right? On top of that, what's even more sad is you've got a guy that's my age, a year older than me, which is a sponsor of his that runs a fake caregiving company and came into a large amount of money, years ago. And now he sponsors all these content creators out here on YouTube that create hateful content, including the guy that was in your chat earlier that you banned, or at least timed out or removed his wrench or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this guy is that owns a caregiving company, sponsors this guy and pays him $4,000 a month with the stipulation, I found out, and I have proof of this. I'm never going to put it out because I don't feed into them anymore. I'm just sharing this for example purposes. I find out that this guy is getting paid by this fake caregiving business owner to attack me as part of his sponsorship stipulation of $4,000 a month. Let me remind you, the whole point of this is you've got this guy's a 47-year-old grown man that came into a lot of money, started a caregiving business, and is sponsoring hateful, drama-centric channels. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I think the problem stems beyond what's happening out here on YouTube. The problem, Chris, is you have a lot of grown men, especially middle-aged grown men, that are very unhappy within their lives for one reason or another, and they come out here and do this as a place to escape reality. Does that make any sense to you? I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do. And there's I don't know if you know who Artist Devil is. He's a good guy that comes on my channel all the time, and he's cool. And he's saying I'm getting trolled for just drawing cartoon characters, and they jealous over my talent. There's always going to be somebody there that's going to be jealous of your talent and what you are good at doing. Eli, what's your response to that comment?
My response to that is this, dude. When these people are attacking, this person that's just, that's just running a channel where he's drawing, right? He's sharing his creativity, right?
Right.
I'm sharing my personal life experiences regarding, business and personal, relationship dynamics and principles, right? You're doing your thing out here, right? When these people come and attack us, what they're in essence doing is the way they're behaving is a self-reflection of who they are, of how they see themselves. Because in order for someone to feel the need to attack someone for any reason, they have to feel that the person they're attacking is perceived to be better by them, right?
Right.
See, if these people perceive themselves deep within to be better than you, or if they knew they were better than you, or if they knew that they're equal, or if they're just good people, that it doesn't matter whether one person is further ahead or not, we're just good people, then they wouldn't project this stuff, dude. It's all, like I keep saying, it's a projection. These people, they project their insecurities because when they're attacking us, there's something they don't like about themselves, and they wish that they could be like we are, or at least, have, how do I say this the right way? At least have the strength and the dignity and the pride and the confidence that we have. Does that make sense to you, dude? I don't know if that answers your question or not. Let me know.
I mean, you pretty much nailed it.
I mean, that's what it is, bro. And here's the thing: I used to go back and forth with these people, and I admit, I got triggered, dude. I got triggered out here on YouTube because I didn't understand that every time you get triggered out here, some people, especially drama channels, they they make content out of every time you get triggered, and they don't only make content, they take that piece of content, chop it up, take it way out of context, and then do what it takes to try to, kick you down. Number one, to try to get you to leave the platform. Number two, and most importantly for them, which is pathetic, is they try to make themselves feel better by doing that. That's the bottom line. That's why that guy was in here earlier, bro. The one that came in on two accounts. He can't stand me. Like, to be honest with you, I don't hate anyone, including him. I just think that, he, along with a bunch of other guys, have a lot of growing up to do. They have a lot of maturing to learn. And, until they figure that out, I'm staying as far away from these people as possible because they're a waste of my time. They're a waste of my energy. They, affect my health just like they affect yours. And it prevents you and me and any other good people from moving forward to create what we want to create with the audience that we're looking to build to create it. The longer we focus on dealing with these drama people, they're the ones that are going to win. They're going to keep getting donations from their crazy people and their sponsors. And we're never going to be able to, focus on finding our audience out here so we can be successful. Does that make sense, dude? You let me know. I mean,
No, I mean it makes total sense. And this is another great friend of mine. Um, his his previous channel name was Dice Golden. He changed his YouTube name to LUAB Series. He says I get trolls sometimes when I'm running my series, and they either hate me or they're just jealous of my acting. I'm succeeding, and the haters are not. Well, I mean, as long as you, this is what I got to say, as long as you, love, doing what you're doing, and as long as you do what you love to do, and you got people that like, the same thing you do, as far as, the way, you pretty much, if you got people that like the same thing that you're doing and you enjoy what you're doing, and I mean, that's all that matters. As long as you got to just find your niche. That's what I've had to learn too. You got to find your niche and and whatever you enjoy, that's your niche. Once you find that niche, your channel will pretty much take off from there.
yeah, you made some good points there, Chris. Do you want my feedback on that, or?
Sure, go ahead. I was going to get you your response on that comment anyway, but you can respond to what I said too.
Well, yeah, no, whenever you're ready, man. I just, I when there's a pause, I just, I like to help the person keep the show going.
Well, I mean that's I mean you got the floor. I was done talking anyway.
Okay, all I was going to say is that that's a great attitude to have. That's LUAB series, right? He
Hmm.
says I get trolls sometimes when I'm running my series, and they either hate me or they're just jealous of my acting. I'm succeeding, and the haters not right. See, that's the thing. The haters don't like it when you're successful, because when you're successful, they're not. And they're dependent on our demise for their success, which is pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic, right? And again, the way you shut these haters down, you know what I did? Chris, and for everyone else. When I first started getting trolled hard, I went out looking for every single video I could find on YouTube for the last 10 plus years on people's experiences with haters. And there was this one like kid like 10 years ago. I think he was like 10 years old or 12 years old, and he's older now. Like he had this rage where he was like he went outside his place, he was hitting a fence, he was going nuts. And I was like, dude, man, you're triggered as you know what. I'm not going to say it. I don't want to demonetize your stream here, but he was triggered as hell, right? And
Mhm.
like he stood up for himself, and then he moved on and he created a great channel, right? He had his defining moment. He's like, I'm not going to let this get to me anymore, right? And so, you know, a troll's ammunition is basically, you letting them trigger you. That's what a troll's ammunition is. A troll is going to try to trigger you, and if you just ignore them and you continue to ignore them, if you're running live streams, you ban them. Get
Mhm.
Nightbot, use the block words list, don't focus too much energy on them, and you just move on and focus on your thing. Like they're still going to come at you for a little while, but eventually they're going to be like, okay, Eli's not giving us any new material, so what are we going to do? Keep regurgitating the same thing that was once getting us traction with our cringy drama audience? Or are we just going to now move on so we don't look stupid, right? And
Right.
that's where I'm at this point right now. I'm at the point right now where, yeah, these people will occasionally still do stuff on me, but it's not as much as they used to do it because I don't feed into it. Like you've heard the saying, Chris, right? Don't feed the trolls, right? like
Right.
like like
Exactly.
honestly, like I heard that in the past, right? And I knew it to be true, but now that I'm at peace within myself, that is the magic answer right there. That is the $1 million answer: is don't feed the trolls. It's kind of like when you go camping, right? You
Hmm.
don't feed the bear, right? Because if you go up to the
Right.
bear and you try to feed it, then it knows you have food, and it's gonna come while you're sleeping and bust in your tent and probably eat you for dinner, right?
Probably. Yeah. Most
So
likely.
so just like you don't feed the bears out in the woods when you're camping, you don't feed the trolls when you're on YouTube or social media, because they're going to keep coming back, right?
Hmm.
They're going to keep coming back. Now, if you don't feed the bear might prowl around every now and then for a little while afterwards, but then eventually the bear will be like, oh, this guy has no food. I'm going to go somewhere else before I starve, right? I'm going to find
Hmm.
food elsewhere, right?
Hmm.
And that's the way, I've handled it. And I'll say one more thing here real quick, Chris, and I want to get your opinion on this. It all starts within yourself. I know this sounds kind of weird to a lot of people. A lot of people, they're not used to my coaching style. They're not used to personal development, but it all starts within yourself. Number one, do you love yourself? And number two, are you at peace within yourself, right? I got to a level of such deep peace within myself 4 to 5 months ago, to the point of where I said to myself, I don't care what these trolls do. Like I said earlier, I don't care if they steal my content, simulcast my live streams. I don't care if they make memes on me. I don't care if they talk smack on me. I don't care what they do. It doesn't phase me anymore. I'm at peace within myself, and I'm going to keep moving forward and just running my channel and not letting them get to me. And I blocked them all out. Like I said, I made my live stream chats members only. Mods are free, and if other people want to chat, they can super chat. Anyone can watch the stream publicly, which is fine. The trolls can watch my streams publicly. Have fun if you want to watch them. Thanks for the watch time. Thanks for the views. Right? But you're
Hmm.
but you're not going to be able to get to me anymore because I am at peace within myself. And that's where people need to get to. You have to first come to a peaceful state of mind within yourself. No matter how stupid or weird that may sound, that's what's going to truly allow you to move forward from this. Like, what are your thoughts about that, bro?
I'm sorry, I was kind of a little lost there for a second.
What would you like me to? What would you like me to repeat something or?
Yeah, can you kind of repeat the last half part of what you were saying?
So what I was saying is this: is that the way I was able to move past all of the trolls started within myself. Number one, loving myself. Number two, being in such a relaxed and peaceful state within myself to the point of where none of this bothers me. It doesn't matter what they do. So I realized that, even though I haven't fed into them for a long time, they may still come at me every now and then, but I'm in such a relaxed and peaceful state deep within me. And I've become so much stronger because of all this on YouTube that it doesn't get to me anymore because it starts within me. It has to start within you first. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you? You got to be in a relaxed and peaceful state and say to yourself, nothing phases me. I don't care if I'm dating a woman and she leaves me or she cheats on me. I don't care, if people steal my content. I don't care what happens. It's not going to phase me. I'm a rock. I will find a way to work through it professionally, maturely behind the scenes, and I'll keep moving forward to accomplish my goals, dreams, and aspirations. That's what I was saying. Does that catch you up a little bit there, or does that make sense? Or what are your thoughts about that? If you understand what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, pretty much, pretty much what I'm pretty much saying is that the I just I had a brain fart. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it, dude. Take your time. This is not a,
I,
YouTube is not a sprint. It's a YouTube is sorry. YouTube is a marathon, not a sprint. Go ahead. So take your time, dude.
well, pretty much, I that pretty much goes back to what I said earlier. Oh, and thank you, Smelly Michelle, for the $5 super chat, and hey to you too that she calls me Chester.
How's she
But
been? How's Smelly Michelle been? Hello. Just wanted to say hi real quick, but go ahead, Chris.
but pretty much pretty much what I'm saying is that I mean, in order to make it on YouTube, you can't. I mean, you can't just let people that troll you and hate on you get to you, because if you want a successful channel, if you want to be successful or whatever, you can't let people get to you, and you can't. You mean you got if you want to pretty much if you want to be a successful YouTuber, you got to ignore the negative people. You want people with positive vibes in your chat. You want people that are truly there, supporting your content and your channel. And you
Right.
know like some people in here, for instance, they're like family to me. I don't look at them as subscribers or friends. I look at them as family. The people that actually, follow me and support me, for good reasons. I
Yeah.
look at them as family. I don't look at them as numbers.
That's how you should look at them, man. And that's the way you're going to grow when you're authentic in that way. That's the best way to grow. And Chris, this is interesting here, real quick. And I don't know if Coach or Be Coach is a troll, a former troll of mine. It doesn't matter, not a big deal. But he says, I'm sure it's a he, because there are just way more male trolls on YouTube than females. Like, the women don't have time for this trolling. I'm not saying women don't troll, but many more grown, mature men, or sorry, many more grown men that should be mature are trolling than women. Coach or Be Coach says it's a lot of drama talk tonight, and we're not instigating drama here. What we're doing is we're sharing our experiences, and we're discussing how to stay away from this, so that way you can focus on what's going to get you ahead in regards to your own purpose.
Hmm.
So like, I don't see, the thing is, look, it's funny, Chris, look, 2.5 years later, you and I are here on a panel after all
Hmm.
this drama we've been through that, God, bro, made us both probably really sick, bro. It did,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
But look,
I mean,
we're having a civil conversation about it real quick, and I'll turn it back to you. We're having a civil conversation about this, and yes, we are addressing what we've been through, but we're not doing drama talk to instigate drama. What we're doing is we're sharing our experiences of how to better deal with people and become better people, right, Chris? I just wanted to throw that in
mhm.
there, but go ahead.
And there's a few tips I would love to give to some of the people that follow me, some of my family here in the chat, and some of the other people that's new in here. Um, I do have some tips on, some tips that I know of that, that can help you, grow your channel, like a few tips of starting a successful YouTube channel. Um, Pretty much, before even creating your own YouTube channel, or when you're starting your channel, you've probably, like, kind of like already decided on what kind of video content that you want to show. But the best ways to increase your views and gain followers is to still keep your content interesting and engaging. The more people can relate to it, the more people, the more they'll want to click on it and watch until the end. It also helps, to, stick to your theme. If you have one, for example, many successful YouTubers have dedicated channels for travel tutorials or their daily lives. Viewers, like living vigorously through the people they watch. So let them know what they can expect and deliver interesting material that they can enjoy.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself, dude. You're absolutely right. And most importantly, you know, focus on what you enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't run your channel, to try to please other people. Run your channel because you love what you personally do. That's your purpose. And
Mm-hmm.
especially, you know, how do I say this the right way? Because women are empowered nowadays. They've been liberated. They're working, and I'm all for that. I'm very happy that women have equal rights and they're doing the same things that once only men were able to do. But
Mm-hmm.
if we go back to the days of traditionalism, a woman was attracted to a man based on his purpose, and a man's purpose has never been his woman. A man's purpose is not defined by his woman, it's defined by what he makes of himself and what he enjoys doing, what he does for work, how he helps other people. Is he strong yet empathetic at the same time? Is he emotionally open and available, but not extremely overly emotional like a lot of men are nowadays, which we call feminized men because they haven't been
Mm-hmm.
raised up the right way. So what I try to explain to people is that and I'll even include women nowadays because, like I said, women nowadays don't even need men if they don't want men. They only need men if they want to have a kid, and even then, they can go to a sperm bank and not even deal with a man. So, for men and women, you got to focus on your purpose, what you love to do, what you enjoy, and if you're going to run a channel, do it on that and stick to your guns, even if you don't get the views and subscribers right away, because eventually YouTube will find the right audience for you and you're going to get the right people that are going to, make you successful. Then you're going to feel good. The people following you're going to feel good. It's going to be a well-oiled machine. Don't try to be something you're not to please other people and to try to fool the YouTube algorithm because you're going to get burned in the end if you do that. I just wanted to throw that in there, bro. Few words of wisdom if anybody cares. You know what I mean?
And and also, you want to, build your network like while not necessarily categorized as social networking sites, YouTube is all about connecting, sharing, and collaborating with other users. Thus, to be successful, you need to make an effort to build your network. This is particularly critical in the YouTube community as collaborations among creators have proven effective in helping a channel grow and gain new subscribers because it helps both collaborators gain exposure with other subscriber base.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to other creators, make friends, and don't be afraid to contact larger YouTubers to inquire about a possible collaboration. It can certainly be intimidating, but you won't get anywhere unless you try.
You're right. You're absolutely right, bro. By the way, you've got an imposter, Veronica Oaksby, in the house because she would never say that opinion is why Eli is still single. That's one of my trolls that a long time ago created a a duplicate Veronica Oaksby account. Um, do you mind if I answer a couple things in the chat, Chris? Are you okay with
Sure,
that?
sure. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because we could talk about this. This is an interesting conversation here. And, let's see, there was, he got banned for the fake Veronica Oaksby. Um, who's Eli, if nobody minds telling me? The hand maker, the knitter. Well, I'm a coach. I've been a YouTuber for about 4 years between a former channel I used to run and shut down my former channel a couple years ago. I had an ex-girlfriend that was on the channel and got trolled heavily. Took 3 months off, came back, and started my channel that I've been running for 2 years now called The Grip on Life. And just like Chris got monetized. I got monetized about almost a year after I started that channel, and that's what I've been doing. So I help people, get a better grip on their lives regarding their, business and personal needs. Whether it's dating, marriage, or finding that dream job, or becoming a self-employed entrepreneur, transitioning from the corporate world or working for somebody else and transitioning to doing your own thing as a self-employed entrepreneur, including YouTube. That's self-employed. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I do. And one more thing, and I'm being very nice tonight, and I'm always going to be nice from here on out. I've always been a nice guy. There's a
Right.
that's a fake Troy Brewer. Yeah, one of my trolls is in here. That Troy Brewer is a fake account.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't matter. It's okay. Not a big deal. So Gorilla Bear Tech. What? How did?
What is it?
How was another mod able to? Was another mod able to? Is Furious Reactor a manager on your channel? Because he was able to delete a mod's message.
No, that was me.
Oh, that was you. Okay.
Yes.
So Gorilla, I just want to answer this maturely to show you folks how mature you can handle this situation. GBT says, sounds like Eli can't get a woman. Well, here's the thing, dude. Whether I get a woman or not, what does it matter? Right? Let's say I'm the biggest incel on the planet. Incel is involuntary celibate. I'm not that, right? But let's just say that, okay, I can't get a woman, even though that's not true. What does it matter to you? What are you going to do? Go make content, chop something up, and say, oh, Eli said on a stream that he can't get a woman and he's an incel, right? Whoop de doo. Have fun, bro. I mean, if it makes you feel better to come out and say that, then I'm glad that I was able to provide you that very ample entertainment tonight. Additionally, GBT says, no wonder Eli's girlfriend left him. He's a leftist soy boy, can't fight. Chris, all I'm going to do is laugh, bro, because
Mm-hmm.
because right then and there, and this is just an example. Like, I don't hate GBT. I don't hate anybody. That all it is a projection and a reflection of how he sees himself. Why would any normal, decent man that's happy within themselves come out and say anything negative like that to any other man or woman for that sake, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I'm saying is, dude, say whatever you want to say. They're just words. It's not that big of a deal. That's the way you handle it, man. Chris, nothing phases me anymore on YouTube. Nothing phases me pretty much in life. I've seen it all. I've been there. I've done that. Like, there's nothing unless somebody shows up and puts a bullet in my head. I think that would phase me, Chris. But anything else, like, what is it? A bunch of words from somebody on YouTube that I'm probably never gonna meet in person, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, dude?
Mm-hmm. Like, I would be like, I'm serious about this. It would be. I know. It'd be interesting to meet you in person. It'd be weird at first, but it would actually be kind of cool to meet you in person, even though I'm on the other side of the United States.
Are you talking about me, bro? Meet me?
Yeah.
It'd be cool to meet you too, bro. Hey, I'd bring you over to my place, bring you in my studio, and we could do some live streams, dude. We could get down. Or I'd take your I'll just say rear end because I'm trying to minimize my swearing on monetized channels. Listen, dude, I'm being good, right? Listen, you know that I can have a mouth, and anyone
Yeah.
can, right? I've had a
Hmm.
dude. You've been on some streams with me when we were talking about some chick named Barbara, and
Yeah.
I had a few choice words that Hey, I apologize for that. Even though I think that lady does need some help. That wasn't really the right thing. That wasn't the most mature thing to say. But I was pretty triggered. I'm not going to lie, and I've learned how to deal with that. But I'd bring your butt out here, and I'd take you on some of our hiking trails, bro. And yeah, I know you're 17 years younger than me, but I would work your, you know what, dude? We'd go on a 15-mile hike with rolling hills. We would bring our iPhones and we would record videos, dude. We'd have a blast, bro.
Well, you know what though? I have the stamina to do that because I used to run track.
Oh, that's right. I remember you telling me that last year. Yeah. Yeah. So you're going to keep up with me on the hiking trails, huh, bro? These aren't weak hiking
Hmm.
trails, bro. Like there are hills and there are rocks to
Oh,
climb.
hmm
Yeah.
I like that actually. I used to in Mississippi, I had a lot of hills and stuff like that. I did like some mountain biking too, and you got to have good strength to do mountain biking. And I mean, it was. I'm telling you, like I've had to uh uh sorry, I got kind of stumped by a message I just got.
That
uh Will wants to come up here and talk and conversate.
is he cool with me, bro? Look, and let me just say one thing real quick. Will, before you come on, man, I don't have any issues with you, bro, and I really want you to know that in all honesty, man, I was genuinely trying to help you. I really was. And I think Will got caught up with these trolls as well. I think we all did. We all got caught up with these people, especially that one that was in here earlier on, um, your original stream,
Hmm.
and that one guy right there is he's a big instigator. He's got a channel that has like 3,500 subscribers, and it's just a complete drama channel. And he basically swept up all of the people I banned from my channel that were on my channel for the wrong reasons that were attacking me and stuff. So I would ban these people, and then he was paying attention and he would just message them and bring them over to his end. And then he deliberately created a channel, or turned his channel into a Coach Eli hate channel, because the people on his channel now had passed through my channel, didn't like my content. They were saying hateful things, and my mods and I would ban them. And so they would get triggered. And then this other dude that was in your chat earlier that you ended up, I guess, removing, would bring him to his channel. And it's just pathetic, man. So I think Will, you, myself, and some other people, we got caught up, dealing with that stupidity. And if Will's cool, I'd love to stay on a little longer and chat with you guys a little more, and then I can leave after a bit, and then you and Will can talk. Does that work?
Yeah, that's fine.
So this is going to be interesting, bro, because of the situation. I mean, your audience knows the situation, right?
Yeah, I mean, some of them does, some of them do.
It's interesting, dude. Like, this is the guy. I mean, you've mentioned this. I mean, are you okay to say it? I think you have said enough about it, right?
Okay, I got somebody else that's coming up here.
What's up? How are you?
Hey, Smelly.
Chester. How's brother Chester doing?
Is that Smelly Michelli?
Yep, that's Smelly Michelle.
I've never seen you on camera before on a stream, but I know you've been through my channel a few times. We have crossed paths before. It's nice to finally see you, actually.
Hello, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Look at this friggin' thing. All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear
I
you.
was echoing myself. Hold on one second. I look my hair up. So, all right, real quick. I just want to say something. I have a very slow growing channel, and I choose it to be that way, and that's because my channel does very well. Don't get me wrong, does very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
But and if I did more, like if I did like a scheduled live every so often, and my videos every whatever, it would grow. It grew a lot faster then, but then it becomes a job to me. This is not a job to me. This is entertainment. It's fun, and that's all it is. Okay, and the people on it, I love when people go on and say these people are fake. Yes, they are. It's entertainment. Okay, not everybody is going to be their real selves. Some people's real selves suck. Okay, as, as,
Yeah.
for, as for trolls, let me explain something about trolls. You got to see the. Can I curse?
Uh,
Okay,
I
you gotta
would
see the
keep it
effing,
down to a minimum.
the effing messages I get from people. It's great, and you know what I do? I pin them and say, "Hey, thank you very much. Leave me a thumbs up, leave me a thumbs down. I really don't care. At the end of the day, it doesn't. I've been on your streams before, and I think you give your trolls more attention than you give your action. And please don't take this wrong. I'm not saying you're, anything about you negative or anything, but I do think that you pay more attention to your trolls than you do your actual supporters. And and let me finish though. And with that being
Sure.
said, it's hard to not do that because it is irritating. It can be irritating. You know what I'm saying? Because they're scumbags, but that's what they want from you. And I'm sorry, the F any of them will ever get the time of day from me. Please, never happen. I got real life problems. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I can't. I don't deal with that type of stuff. I'm like, yeah, thanks. I get them in my chat sometimes. They make fun of the gap in my teeth. They're like, how big is the gap in your teeth? Is it as big as can you kick a field goal through it? I'm like, no, but I can't do your fucking ass. No,
Oh
but I can't do
boy.
your fucking ass. Trust me, you don't want to come at me. I'm very quick. I'm very, very quick.
You're very witty. No, that's
Very
good.
witty and quick. But yes, I
Yeah.
am. It's just like seriously, that's shitting. I'm not letting these people get to me. You got to see some of the stuff I get. It's great. It's epic.
Yeah. Do you mind
Yeah,
if I
like
respond? Go
They're
ahead, Chris.
extremely creative.
Donna didn't take no crap off of me either.
I love Donna. I miss Donna. I love Donna, and I miss her terribly.
Yeah, I do too. But
Well, with that being
Eli,
said,
you got the floor, man.
No,
Yeah.
I just wanted to respond to what how do you
So
like to do you like what do you like how do you like to be addressed, like, you know?
me,
Yeah.
I named myself Smelly Michelle, so I don't mind Smelly. It's fine. The reason I named my channel that is because it lets you know that it's a fun, it's a fun channel. It's entertaining. It's just fun. We goof off, and that's it. It's not serious. Once in a while, we talk serious stuff, but for the
Yeah.
most part, it's just we goof off, and that's it.
But
It's that.
it's Michelle though, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You can call me whatever you're comfortable with. There's people that refuse to call me Smelly,
Well,
but
no, no, it's your branding, and that's cool. I respect you for who you are. I just, we're on a panel here. I'm going to refer to you as Michelle because I do have a lot of respect for you.
whatever floats your boat, Eli.
No, I hear you, girl. Listen, I'm not as square as people think I am. No, it's not that. But first of all, I noticed your channel is monetized now, I believe, right? How long you been monetized for?
I've been monetized a while, quite a while. I got monetized very fast. I just my channel says I started it on December of 2018. I think I didn't start it really till June of 2019 is when I put my first video up
Yeah.
because that's when my husband went to YouTube jail. So everybody was like, "Smelly, you should really start your own channel." And I was like, "You know what? Maybe I will." So me and my husband worked on my channel then, and I was monetized within, I don't know, 3 to 6 months, something like that. um, like I said, when I consistently do things on my channel, I do very well. But I get caught up in real life. Like I got so much shit going on. I'm 46 years old. I'm a grandmother. I got a lot going on. I just found a family that I didn't know I had, like 30 cousins. Yo, I'll tell you a crazy fucking story that makes this it just dwarfs this YouTube crap. There's some people it's all they have, I think. And it to me it's kind of sad. Like,
It is.
like this is what you have. Like, I'm sorry for you. You know what I mean? And but trust me, you can come at me all you want. You ain't gonna get nothing from me. The only things that can bother me, the only things that can bother me are the things that I allow to bother me.
It's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? If I don't allow it to bother me, it's not gonna bother me. And like you said before, I think Eli, you said it before, like a person that you'll never probably will never even meet. You're right. You'll never even meet them. So like, really, does it really matter? It don't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, you
You're
know
just
what?
you're a fart in the wind to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, but Michelle, let me respond to you real quick because you made some very good points, and you're absolutely right. For me, what happened with me is that, um, I really, when I came out on I've been on YouTube since YouTube came out, 15 years ago. I've had other channels, but I never became an actual YouTuber until about 4 years ago when I started my coaching business, and you know, I got involved with this MGTOW community called Men Going Their Own Way, a group of men that, have decided that the downside risk of dating women in the modern world is too great for them. So like they've withdrawn. And I was recommended to, become a part of this group because the guy that was one of my subscribers told me that, hey, this is a great place to meet good people and you could help a lot of these people. Well, these were the worst people because they weren't open to the help, right? And when I started to, follow their channels and get on some of their panels, and I had a girlfriend back then, and she was on my channel. Like these guys just, they just started doing stupid stuff. I was not experienced on YouTube. I've been an entrepreneur in real life, and I've had real life experiences where I don't let this stuff get to me. I just never experienced it on YouTube. So I had to learn
on a public forum, which
on
is
a public,
basically what it is.
right. And you got to understand another thing on YouTube is that this is a shared community. Like this is one platform that we all share,
Mm-hmm.
and people can download your videos, they can re-upload them, they can violate your copyright. And you know what's even funny, Michelle, and this is one of the biggest problems I had. I just learned to ignore it and let it be. Right, like as a small creator, if somebody steals your content and you file a copyright, YouTube will take it down. But what happens? That person files a counter notification. And then when their counter notification goes through, you have 10 business days to file a lawsuit in a federal copyright court that costs tens of thousands of dollars, which most small creators don't have, right? There is no small claims copyright court, at least not yet. They're working on that. So a lot of these people, that were messing with me were also playing the copyright system, where I just couldn't, no matter what I did at that point, I just couldn't, just get a break from these people until I realized one thing. I said, you know what? I'm just going to completely withdraw. I'm not going to talk about them. I'm moving forward. And no matter what they do, Michelle,
Hi.
move on. They want to steal my content, steal my content. They want to talk about me, talk about me. Whatever. I'll just, not mention them on my channel like I used to, like you said, and move forward with the people that want to be there.
You should pay your loyal people. I have a friend, I won't mention names, and like she has whoever comes to, let's say 20 people come to a stream that she does at Night Live, right? And there was like 2 or 3 people that were like she had issues with. Like they were friends of hers and then it turned bad, right? And she's like, I think I'm just gonna end my whole channel and I think this and that. And I'm like, listen, you gotta look at it this way. By doing so, you're saying that those people matter to you more than the people that do support you. And like myself, like we support you. We are here for you. There's 20 people there. 3 of them are no good. 17 of us are good. Why would you focus on the 3? Like, you know what I mean? If you get a dozen eggs and one of them is cracked, throw the fucking egg out. I'm sorry. Throw the egg out and cook the other 11. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it does not pay. It's wasted energy. Life is too damn short for that shit. I'm sorry. I do tend to, I don't drop the F-bomb. I strategically place it, just so you know.
And you
All
know
right.
what? You know what the funny thing is? This is what YouTube's rule is on that. Occasional profanity won't get you demonetized. It just depends the context you're using it, which is fine. You're not attacking anybody. You're just expressing yourself. So
Let me tell
it
you
won't.
something. If you ever watch any of my streams,
Oh yeah, I know.
I curse like a oh, it's so bad. It's
I
so
used to.
bad. I actually recently said I'm gonna try to cut back on my cursing, and I've been doing okay with it. So instead of like 50 curses, I give like maybe 30.
Michelle, you remember me from the days. Look, I have a mouth too, Michelle. And the thing is,
No, I know you for what you were trying to sue your trolls, which
true.
I don't know what that's all about, but that's what I mean by giving them too much attention. Were you trying to sue your trolls or some? You were trying to sue somebody.
I've handled all that stuff behind the scenes. I ended up taking all that behind the scenes, and
Okay.
I haven't talked about any of that stuff
Oh, all
for the
right. I'm
last.
sorry. I
No,
sorry.
no. It's okay. No, it's okay. No, Michelle, it's okay. No. I'm cool. No, let me. I want to answer. I want to be. I'm a very transparent guy. Like I'm just saying that you're right. I'm saying that everything that you said when you came on to the show about what I was doing and didn't even realize I was doing is absolutely right. And when I came to terms with that on my own, and I got myself to a relaxed and peaceful state, I realized it's not worth it, right? So whatever I need to handle, I handle behind the scenes, and the rest I just ignore, and I move on and focus on my purpose of what I'm trying to create and working with people that are like-minded, like you and Chris and some other people that are doing it for the right reasons. Even if you're having fun, for example, you're an entertainment channel. That's great. There are entertainment channels. I'm a life coaching channel. Like there are different channels. I'm just
See,
looking to connect with
right.
positive people.
I hear you. I hear you. Let me tell you something positive. I laugh. Some people think I'm too much. I laugh. Chester, you know me. Chester, I'm sorry. Firewolf, Chris, whatever. I call him Chester because he showed off his mojo one day.
Oh boy.
Look, I got my mojo. I got a hairier chest than you, Chris.
Oh God, please.
Oh crap!
Oh Jesus, man.
I shaved it. I shaved
Oh
it today.
man!
I shaved it. I shaved it.
Chris.
Is that what you mean by the
Oh
moderation?
my God!
No. So no, Chester.
How
But
about
Good Lord.
Tarzan and Jane?
you know me that
Good good Lord.
I I, I I distracted myself. I don't know what the fuck I was going to say now. Damn it! I said it again. I'm sorry. I curse too much. It's bad. I
It's
curse
okay.
too much.
The YouTube gods are gonna get you, Smelly
Yes,
Michelle.
they are. Those. You know what? I don't believe in the YouTube gods. I got my own prayers. I got the Smelly Michelle prayers.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear
Okay.
you.
So, do you
Hey,
guys want to hear a
I'm
cool story?
called Firewolf for a
Oh, I know
reason.
what I was going to say to you, Eli. And don't take this wrong, okay? I speak my mind. And I say, if I see something, I'm like, maybe. Now, and I don't know
Sure.
everything. I didn't watch, my husband started his channel May 24th of 2018, okay? I did not watch one of his videos or any YouTube video. Not a YouTube video in my entire life because I don't like that kind of stuff, okay? Until December of 2018. That's why it says my channel started then. But I didn't put up a video until June 6th of 2019. So the first video I watched was in December 2018. But I will say this, when I came across your channel, I was intrigued and I watched because I watch everything because here's the deal. Like right now I'm in New York City, okay? I live downtown New York City right by Wall Street. And we're getting a massive snowstorm right now, okay? And my thing is this, like when you know a snowstorm is coming, right? You watch it, you watch the weather on every news outlet you can find it to see like how much snow are we really gonna get, right? You don't just go to one and say, oh, okay, it's gonna be 3 inches.
Right.
You go to other ones, right?
Right.
We need to do that with everything, like with anything that we're trying to understand with news, like when it comes to anything media related or anything. And just bear with me. I have a point here, okay? So just hang in there with me for a
No
second.
worries.
We we have to, and I was intrigued by your channel, but because you were Coach Eli, get a grip on life, and so I listened to you, and I watched you quite a few times before I ever said a word in your chats. Like I watched probably 20 streams of yours, and like you said, you've come to terms, you've changed things since then. I haven't been on your channel in quite a while. Um, I will say this though, right off the bat, there's people that are not so open minded, and they hear Coach Eli. Like, what makes what gives you the credentials to be a coach to anyone? Which those people could simply not watch, right?
Sure.
Okay, but
Hmm.
I'm just saying, and not me, but I chose and I watched. I continue to watch, and you are very hard on women. I see sometimes, and that's why you got caught up with that group
Hmm.
that are fed up with modern women. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I think I can't say that's why. I think, and but yet I still continue to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And but I could see, and it's not wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I can see where you piss people off. You don't piss me off, but I can see where people get pissed at you.
Sure.
And maybe that's the idea. You know what I mean? What was it? All publicity is good publicity, whatever. Isn't that the expression? Something like that.
Well, yeah, I was saying
Don't take what I'm saying wrong.
I'm
You
not.
know you're saying that, right?
No, I get what you're saying. When I want to hear what you have to say, and I'll definitely share my feedback on it. But go ahead.
I'm just saying that I could see where you could piss people off. I do. I can see it. Because a couple of times I'm like, oh, I can't. I gotta leave. Like I said, when I'd be watching your streams and you wouldn't, I was lurking in the back because I'm a big lurker. I don't have my glasses sometimes. Like I can't freaking find them right now. I don't know where the hell I put them. And I'm old. I'm 46 years old. So I'm like blind.
I'm going to be
And
47 tomorrow, Michelle. So I'm old
happy.
too.
Well, happy. I got a song for you. You ready?
Oh
Happy
boy.
birthday, anniversary. Happy birthday, anniversary. Happy birthday, anniversary. There's your song, okay?
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I can give you nothing. All right, but I can see where you piss people off. I really can,
Okay.
especially women.
Okay.
I can see it. Me, I got very thick skin. It takes a lot to get to me,
Sure.
a whole lot. Like, because I make fun of everything, including the Shriners Hospital for Children kids. I make fun of them too, and I don't care. I tell babies are stupid. I hate babies. Babies are dumb. Babies are dumb. They'll walk right off of a friggin' off a building if you let them. They're just dumb. Babies are small, their heads are too big, and they're dumb. So I make fun of everything because
Okay.
everything should be laughed at. I've been through hell and back in my life.
Okay.
And the only
I
thing
hear it.
that's got me through it all is being able to laugh at it all,
Sure.
finding a way to joke about it. And some people can't handle my type of humor. So believe
Okay.
me, I get some stuff on my channel. People are like, "Are you serious?" Like they can't stand me. But you know what? That's fine. And I say this to everybody. There's people I watch that don't watch me. They don't like me. But just because you don't like my content doesn't mean I can't like yours. My content is not for everyone. You know what I mean? Like I'm predominantly a scratch ticket channel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's where I started out, but I also do like my late night streams where I just drink White Claws or Coronas and I just bullshit. But then
Okay.
there's my streams where I walk around downtown Manhattan where I live and I show like the sights because I live in a pretty amazing area for that. You know, but listen, my content not everyone is meant to get along. I'm convinced of that.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, there's more good in the world and on YouTube and in your neighborhood than there is bad. I'm convinced of it. And I have to be convinced of it because if not, I just don't know how I can go on with life. There's got to be more good.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
understand. I understand where you're coming from. Do you mind if I take a
yeah.
few
Say
minutes
whatever you want.
and respond because and I hope I get a few minutes of uninterrupted time because I lose my train of thought pretty easily if I don't. And I really want to respond to what you were saying. Here's the thing: when it comes to male and female relationship dynamics nowadays, I think it's safe to say to anyone that the world we live in is a different place. And this is what I've always said, Michelle.
Same
And
place,
and
different people.
what's that?
Same place, different people. I'm sorry, I won't cut you off again. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I'm used to women. Women always cut me off. It's normal. Women are emotional beings, and I respect that.
There you
I'm
go.
cool.
Go
I
ahead.
know, Michelle. Listen, I'm just having
Go
fun
ahead.
with you.
Go
You're
ahead. Go
you're
ahead.
cool, Michelle.
Go ahead.
Chris
Say what
knows.
you gotta say.
Chris knows where I'm going with this, right, Chris? You know.
No, Chris ain't
Yeah,
gonna take us out of this. That's why Chester.
I don't mean to be silent, but I was kind of silently dealing with something in the chat while
I
y'all was talking.
I like strong women. I like all types of women. Here's the thing. This is the thing. Like in the modern world, it's a different place. And how do I say this the right way? I respect women as equal. I respect women having the same rights that once only men had. I appreciate women for who they are. But at the end of the day, the one thing that I always say is that men are men and women are women. Women are biologically one way, men are biologically another way.
I
And I
agree. I'm not with that whole them, they, him, her, them, they, us, our. Fuck that.
oh,
Sorry, I
you're
never
talking
did.
you're talking about the gender. You're talking about the
Yeah,
non-binary here
yeah.
in
No,
our
I'm not with it. I'm not with
yeah
it.
here in California. There's actually an option to put non-binary on your driver's license. You don't
Yeah.
identify as a male or a female. Yeah, I know it's pretty.
Listen,
It's
and I don't knock anybody's sexual preference. You do what you want to do.
sure.
My problem. Go ahead. I cut you off again. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
it's
bad.
okay. It's okay. I was just going to say this is that look, I admire and respect and appreciate the strong modern day woman. But for me and most men, most strong modern day men or men in general are not attracted to a woman that always wants to take the lead. It's not that women can't take the lead or they're not capable of taking the lead. I'm fine with that. But
You want us to allow you to be men? Is that what it is?
no, well, no. It's not about allowing us to be men. It's about us just being men in general. It's like, look, this is.
Respect the ego.
Let me tell you. I bet you your husband is a very strong guy.
I've been with my husband 21 years. He's my best friend, and you know what? Him. The best thing a man can do is know this: you might be head of household, but we are the neck, and we turn
Yes.
that neck.
You
Okay,
know what's funny, Michelle? Michelle, I
and
gotta say
that's
something.
old school woman, modern day woman. It's just the way it is.
Michelle,
That's
you're
all I
right.
can say.
Michelle, I was talking with. I think I was talking with. Was it you, Chris? It might have been somebody else. The movie
Hmm.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I'm actually Greek. In that movie,
Tikanis, right? Is it Kala?
Kala. Yes, absolutely. You have a lot of Greeks in New York, I know. But here's the thing, Michelle. In that movie, you make a good point. The Greek father was just like my late father. He's like the Greeks invented everything, and the Greeks, do it best. And the man is the head of the household, and then the wife comes in and says, you know, the man may be the head, but the woman is the neck, and the neck is what turns the head, right?
Mhm.
right,
But
right,
that's my
Chris.
point. Old
Uh-huh.
school, modern day, it don't matter. Old
You're
school and now.
you're right. You're right. And Michelle, I respect what you said. Here's the thing. See, we're having a civil conversation about this right now, right? And a lot of people misperceive what guys like me say when we talk about women. Like, I absolutely adore women. I
That's what I'm
love,
saying. Sometimes you come off a little abrupt, and it sounds like you are like maybe scorned a little, maybe a little angry or something. And I'm not saying I'm right. I don't know you from Adam, but that's what I was getting at before. You just sound a little angry and bitter
you know
sometimes.
what it was? You know what it was, Michelle? It was associating with those people when you came to my channel, and they were from that former MGTOW community, these very angry and
The
bitter
group of
men.
women haters.
Yeah, exactly. Those guys were the women haters, right? So I was sitting there trying to share with these guys that, hey, you know what? Have you ever taken ownership of your mistakes, guys? You blame everything on women, yet do you ever own up to your mistakes? I'm not saying that women are perfect, but I'm also saying that men are not perfect either. Nobody's perfect. We both make
Yeah,
mistakes, right?
absolutely. We're far from perfect. We're
Well,
nuts.
yeah, I've been in that position myself to where, I used to I used to, blame people for my mistakes and stuff, but later on I realized it wasn't getting me nowhere blaming others. It was just coming back on me, harder. The consequence came back on me harder.
Yeah.
And and I've quickly realized that, you know, in order that's another way to get through life. You got to own up to your mistakes. I mean,
You
pretty
become a
much my
man when you
mom's
handle your own, and you handle your own when you become a man. Plain and
right.
simple. And that goes for women too.
Right.
Pretty much, this is my mom's fancy way of saying it. Sometimes you got to eat them shit sandwiches that life throws at you.
Shitwitches. I love
Yep.
shitwitches.
Right. But Michelle, your
Yeah.
husband, because you're a strong woman, I respect you for that. But your husband must be a pretty cool guy, but a pretty strong guy as well.
My husband's awesome.
He's probably a well-grounded, well-rounded guy, because if he wasn't, and I say this with respect, you would run all over him. You would run his ass to the ground, because you're a strong woman, and I respect you for that. But see, that's what we need more of in this world. What I've been trying to do is help men.
It's a matter of balancing. It's exactly what
Yes,
it's a matter of
but
balance. And you know
see,
what? He keeps me grounded. While
good,
while
good.
he'll be the first to say, you could watch a stream of his and he'll be like, Smelly wears the pants in his family. But with that being said, he keeps me grounded. And also with that being said, while it might be that way, I will never in front of people or like I leave his manhood to him. I don't run all over him. Like I don't belittle him in front of people. Like if I disagree with something he's saying
Mm-hmm.
in front of the guys, I'm like, all right, and I go do my thing, and later on we're alone. I'm like, dude, are you out of your mind? And we'll talk like we disagree behind scenes. Me and my
Mm-hmm.
husband, honestly, we've been together 21 years, and I swear, with each day we become closer. He's my best friend. I'm his best friend. We love each other dearly.
Mm-hmm.
Like and we're great on every level. Um, seriously, on every level, sexual, friends. We laugh every day. We got, and you don't even understand the shit we got on our plate. I won't go into it, but we got a lot on our plate. You know what I'm saying? I got a bum ass son out in California that, and his son and his ex wife are living with me here in New York. I got another son doing 18 to freaking life upstate.
Oh
Okay,
wow.
I got contractor problems. I got robbed of 30 grand last year, and then I got somebody else doing work now that it's still not done. See it. Okay, don't please. I got shit going on out the ears. But you know what? Each day, like we laugh. My grandson is the light of my life. He does things and it makes me laugh. And like the other day, I was holding my husband's wallet, right, on the couch, and I'm sitting there, and I put it down, and I do something on the phone, and my grandson takes it. I'm like, "Give me that back." And he looks at me and he laughs. He's 2.5. And he runs away. I was like, "You're gonna end up right with your Uncle Alex, right with you, just like your Uncle Alex, because Uncle Alex is in prison for 18 to life for bad shit." So, and my grandson, when we went to visit him last time, we stayed in this really big house, and he kept saying, "I want to go to the big house," and I'm like, "Yeah, keep doing shit like that. You're gonna be in a big house, you know." So my point is, like, laugh at everything. Nothing is too bad to laugh at. Trust me when I tell you. I'm gonna tell when you can say respond to me, Eli. I want to tell you guys a really crazy story in a second, and I'll
Okay.
make it a fast story, but after you respond to me, I got a really nutty story for you guys. How my life has dramatically been altered in the past like month. Like like I can't even. It's. I'll tell you in a minute. So
Yeah, all I was going to say is that see, I respect you, Michelle. Even though see
thank you.
you're listen, you're a very very strong woman, but what I respect about you is the fact that you're a great communicator. You're straightforward. You're honest. Uh, but you do it out of love. You see, your demeanor is out of love. There's a difference between someone coming onto a panel and attacking someone and
Absolutely,
and then being firm but fair, right?
absolutely,
And
absolutely,
and being reasonable, right? This is,
absolutely.
if I had to guess, this is all, if I had to guess why your marriage has worked for 21 years, besides the fact that your husband is
Real quick,
yeah,
Joshua, 100% Joshua. But go ahead, Eli. I'm sorry.
he's a real man. And I love what you said earlier. You're like you're like he said, Michelle wears the pants in the family. That's something I would say to a woman or a girlfriend, even though I know I'm the man, right? Listen, if I love my woman, I want to make her feel good. I also want to let her know that, babe, we're equal. We're both in this together. I'm your rock. You're my rock. We're each other's soulmates. We're here to count on and depend on each other and work through everything, right? And that is a respectful thing. So that's, see here. I just want to see one more thing, and then I'll turn it back to you and Chris. Is that the problem that we have nowadays, Michelle, is not even really, it's not the fact that women are being empowered. It's the fact that our young men, the millennials, the post millennials, they're not being raised with morals, values, and ethics. They're not being
Because they're not allowed to smack our freaking kids no more.
right.
Smack that little shit.
Oh, my
Put the
dad used
fear
to
of
beat,
God in your kids.
my dad used to whip my beep.
Listen to me. I'm a firm believer. I don't believe in beating your kids. I got beat. I got beaten when I was a kid.
Oh,
Beat,
yeah.
I
smack the
can
shit out your kid when they're
I
young.
can put
Before
it.
the age, 7 is the age of reason. Before they're 7, smack. Put the fear of God in them.
Right. You have
That's
to.
Yeah,
where we went wrong in
Eli.
society.
I got a more polite, easier way to say what you was trying to say.
What's that, Chris?
You pretty much got your back porch painted red.
Oh, I'll tell you that. Yeah, my dad used to have this big long belt, and let me tell you, he whipped me with the belt one time. Not hard, but hard enough, right? And then in the
Mhm.
future, whenever I was out of line or gonna get out of line, he would start unbuckling his belt, and that's all he had to do, right? So,
Put the fear of God in you. Put the
right,
fear of God in you.
but we
I got
can't. But
switched when I was a kid. The
you're
switch.
right. But we do that. We do that nowadays, and we go to
Oh,
jail for
well,
disciplining our kids.
and our kid says, I'll call child services. You know
Right.
what I used to tell my sons? Bitch, call him. I'll call him for you. Because my sons were big. My sons are big boys. Okay. And by the time they were like 12, 13, they were bigger than me. Don't think for a second I will whoop your ass. Okay. Because I've fought men in the street bigger than you. I fought your daddy. And my husband now, Angelo. Itchy Ange is not my boy's father. I was married before. My daughter, she's 20. That's Angelo's daughter. We've been together 20. almost 22 years. Okay. So my 20-year-old daughter is his daughter, but my boys are from my ex-husband, and he was and is just a horrible human being. Like, he hated me more than he loved his kids, which is a big mistake that people make. You know what I'm saying? You can't hate your ex more than you love your kids. Can't do that. That's a big no-no because in the end you fuck up your kids.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Wolf. I keep cursing. I'm so sorry.
He'll be good. He'll be fine. It's
No,
not.
I mean,
It's not bad.
as long as the cursing stays to a very low minimum, it should be fine.
And in the
And I'm
right
not
context
saying
too. You're
I'm
good.
not attacking anyone or anything like you said. So
Right.
I'm not
Right.
attacking.
Right. No, you're fine, dude. You won't get taken down for the. No, dude. You're fine. If people were attacking people,
As
then
long
it's a
as you
different
have your
story.
thing set up not for kids, right?
No, this is
Yeah, I
it.
mean, it's not for kids.
As long as it's not for kids, you're okay. You should be okay.
Yep. Yep.
Like I said, I curse up a storm. Now, with that being said, they don't advertise you know how they say recommended channels. They don't. Mine doesn't come up as much as it does when I don't curse, but I don't really care because I'm not gonna change who I am. This is who I am. This is me. This is me. This is me. I'm exactly who I'm supposed to be. Anyway.
And just sorry to I'm gonna get off topic here a little bit, but I'm kind of noticing something about my channel here. My numbers are starting to go up fast.
You want to know why? You know why? Can I take that one real quick, and then Michelle
Yeah,
can
go
finish
for
her
it.
thing if that's cool with you, Chris.
No, I want to tell a story
ahead.
after. Go ahead.
Let me respond why real quick though. This is called collaboration. This is a great this is what people want to hear. You're going to get some trolls in here, and they're there, and we just ignore them or let them have fun, right? But you're also going to have some people that really enjoy this content. They're hearing a real conversation. This is not drama. This is actual experiences being shared on a panel, which is what people love. I used to do this all the time. I've been trying to get back into this for the last year, but I've had to get my channel back to a place where I can do it in a way like we're doing it now. So good job, Chris. Chris, I'm so glad.
Chris, well done. Chris.
Huh?
Hold on, Chris. Hold on a second. Let me figure out how to do this. Hold on a second.
I'm glad, Chris, you did this tonight. I'm so glad, Chris, that you ended up doing a panel, dude.
I'm glad you let me up. Thank you. Can I tell my story? I have a really cool story.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so about a month ago, I woke up on a Tuesday morning, and when I woke up that morning, the only family I had, like besides my husband and my kids and all that, but like my family was my grandfather, who I really don't even speak to because he's a douchebag, and my mother, and she's pretty much a douchebag too, but I kind of have to put up with her. So they're not good people, okay? And I'm in a stage in my life. If it's toxic, remove it. It doesn't matter what or who it is. If it's toxic, remove it. Words to live by, people. If it's toxic, remove it. Doesn't matter if it's your mama or your sister or your friggin' dog, remove it. Okay? Do what you gotta do for you. Otherwise, you're no good to anybody. But with that being said, so I woke up this Tuesday morning with a grandfather and a mother. I haven't seen my father, my biological father, since I'm about between 6 months to a year old. And I'm 46 now, so 45 years, right? And I get this call from my mom. And I tried to find him. I've looked and not for him, because apparently he was a bad guy. He beat my mother. He did terrible things. He was a really bad guy. So from her, all I know is her side. He's a monster, okay? But I never even thought, like, the fact he had four brothers and a sister, and parents and nieces and nephews, but he also had another daughter who was older than me. Her name was Cassidy. So I have a sister out there, but she doesn't know I exist. I know she exists because she's older than me. So fine. So this day I wake up And I've asked my mother a million times, what could you get, any kind of information you give me? And I have a lawyer friend, this guy Kevin. He's a lawyer, and he works for like he has his own law firm, but it's like a big firm, and he has investigators and stuff. And so I asked him one day, like, because I didn't have money to spend, like that kind of money, And he looked for my dad, and he sent me. He found like this thing, and he brings me a file, and it was pictures, and I'm like, "Is this my dad?" It's pictures of him like now, to date. My mother's like, I don't know," and I'm like, "She fucking knows." So this was like early 2017, late 2016. Right. Long story short, so my mother calls me one Tuesday morning about a month ago. You might want to sit down. So I'm like, what? I'm thinking she's gonna tell me my grandfather died because he's 146 years old. You know what I mean? He's 87. So I'm like, okay. And she's like, I called Social Security because she's still legally married to my dad. I called Social Security, and apparently your father died. He was found dead on the side of a highway in San Bernardino, California, in 2017. He
Wow.
had just been, he had just been released from prison, and he was pushed from a moving vehicle, and so basically he was murdered. Okay, so now
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
now you gotta understand, I haven't seen him. I don't have any memories of this man, and all I know is what I've been told. But I know that I I know how my mom can be about certain things. So now I sit down and I'm hysterical crying. I'm like, why am I even crying? I don't know this man. I felt like I didn't even have a right to mourn. You know what I mean? But now, so now my husband sees, because my husband's such an awesome guy. He sees like the pain I'm in. I don't even know how to process this shit, right? And he goes online, and because my father's name is Dudley Eugene Brown. You try finding that shit on the internet. Doug Brown, Dudley Brown. There's millions of them. Okay, so he goes online, and for the first time ever, his name pops up, and it's on this site called findagrave.com. Find a grave something. Yeah, findagrave.com. Find a grave. So he clicks on it, and sure as shit, there's a picture of my dad, and there's a tombstone, and it's my grandparents' name, Oscar Sonny Brown and Johnny Maud Emerson, and then then Jack Brown, one of my father's brothers, and Doug Brown, my father, right? So this is so crazy. So now I'm like, oh my god. So now I click on it, and then if you go and find a grave. So now he investigates my ex-husband, my husband. He goes, well, who put these pictures up? So he clicks on it, and he finds this woman, Judy Brown. She put the pictures up. Judy Brown is the wife of Tommy Brown, my father's youngest brother. So my father had four brothers and one sister, right? So Judy Brown, so he emails her. Within 15 minutes of the email, I get my phone rings. I got goosebumps and I'm shaking right now. It's my Aunt Judy, my Uncle Tommy's wife. Oh my God, Michelle, we've been looking for you for 35 years. Um, right? And I'm like, oh my God. So she was like, and then there's a thing, I start getting messages on Facebook, right? And it's, the first one was, after 30, we've been looking for her. She vanished from our lives like 40 something years ago, and we've been searching for her for 35 to 40 years. And it's unfortunate she found us after the demise of her father, but we're so happy to have her. Please welcome. Let's give her a big brown Emerson welcome. All of a sudden, I start getting these friggin' messages, one after the other. I'm your aunt this. I'm your cousin this. I'm your aunt this. So I wake up this Tuesday morning with a grandfather and a mother. I go to bed that night. I have like 35 cousins. My father had, like I said, the four brothers. There's more to the story, though, okay? And my father had one sister. I speak to my father's sister. Apparently, my father's brother's, so my father's dead. His brother Jack is dead because he was walking over an overpass, right? His hat blew off his head, right? He went to grab it, fell over the overpass, and got hit by a car underneath.
Oh
Okay?
my God.
Yeah, wait. Then two of them, the two middle ones, are doing life in prison without a chance of parole. They tried to give one of them the death penalty. Don't know the story there. And then the last one, the one whose wife contacted me, my Uncle Tommy, his wife contacted me. Now, mind you, she contacted me with all this shit going on in her life. My Uncle Tommy apparently had early onset Alzheimer's. He was 63.
Wow.
And September 25th, my father's family's from Shreveport, Louisiana. They went to the bayou, they talk like this, you the Michigan the Gators, those kind of people.
Oh boy.
And my father, my Uncle Tommy wandered off on September 25th, this past September, into the woods, and wasn't seen until they had cadaver dogs, everything. They found him on Sunday or Monday morning. I think it was Monday morning they found him. Finally, after all these months. So now I feel my point being, I think that things happen for a reason, because like, okay, well, I was denied my family. I didn't know them. But could you imagine I was close to them? I would have had to experience losing 4 uncles and a father, right? And like, it's just like maybe I was better off not knowing them. But here's the best part. I went from having no family history, knowing nothing, right? So I go back to this Find a Grave website, and you can click on like so my grandmother, Johnny Moore Emerson, I could click on her mother and father. You can click on their parents. As far back as people put the history, like this, so as like whatever the information they put up. My friggin' father's family, I could get photographs of their graves dating back to 1743. You friggin' imagine? My family fought in the American Revolution, the Civil War on the Confederate side. It's not I'm proud thing. I'm proud of my history here, and I finally know for a fact that my great grandmother was 100% Cherokee Indian. Like, so that's my story, and it's I'm still processing it, because now I'm at the angry phase. I'm very angry with my mother, but is that not a crazy like thing?
Yeah, sometimes Chris, why don't you are you there, Chris? It's your show. I don't want to overtake your show, dude. Why don't you have anything you want to say first, or go ahead, Chris?
Sorry,
Well,
guys.
I'm just pretty much keeping an eye on the chat right now, and you can go ahead, Eli.
You know, it's sad the way things happen sometimes, even amongst family, Michelle. And
Yeah.
You're a rock. I got to say honestly, like listen, Michelle, you may be a strong woman, and you are, and I respect you as one, but you're still a woman. You still have emotions. You still care about people, right?
Of course I do.
No, I know. I did. Oh man, that's funny. She's funny. I'll be on camera next time. I did a stream earlier, and I unbeautified myself. If that's even a word. I look
you have
crappy.
rollers in your hair.
Yes, exactly. I'm not wearing my wig anymore. Anyway, sometimes you find out things from family later on down the road that you should have been made aware of, and it sucks, and you feel like, okay, I can't even trust my own family sometimes, right? Or my own family will keep
I've
stuff.
always known that. My family sucks.
Well, it happens to all families, though. I wouldn't say your family sucks. It's just like, look, I think people are people, and family. Look, you want me to be honest with you?
My mother's a raging twat.
Oh my God!
She's no good. She's no good. She's
okay.
No good.
Okay.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't know your family, but I'm trying to be positive about it. But anyway, so look, my family's the hardest on me. My family loves me, but because they love me so much, they are harder on me than anyone, right? And I'm pretty hard on them too at times. Don't get me wrong, and I try to be as compassionate as possible. But I've grown to learn in life that no matter what happens, including even with your family or immediate family, you're still an individual, and what you make out of yourself, yes, it stems from your family, but ultimately is defined by where you take yourself.
Oh, okay? Absolutely. Totally agree with
and see, you're an independent person, you're an independent woman, your husband's an independent man. Together, you come together as two independent people, and you created something great, right?
that. Yep.
And I don't know if you believe in God or not. If you don't, that's okay. But I'm just saying that. I think, in my opinion, God brings people together for a reason, and He puts people in those situations for a reason. That's just
I
my
agree.
opinion. You
I
know,
agree.
you know.
I do think that everything happens for a reason. I don't know if it's God per se. I have a hard time saying I believe in God because here's my issue. And I don't want to get into a whole thing. People get mad at me for this sometimes, but
No,
I'm very honest and I'm going to say my opinion.
sure,
I'd rather believe that there's not a God than to believe that there is one and the shit that happens in life happens. Because when I
right.
and I have my reasons and I'm not and if one more person tells me it was a test and you're meant for something, I'm gonna freak out. But because and I'm sure it's maybe it's true, but
hmm
I know it in my own head. But like listen, not to turn this all negative, I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not. I'm telling you this for a reason. By the time I was 9, I knew what it was like to be beaten, raped, homeless, and starving. Okay.
Wow.
Now here's my thing. I would not change a thing about it. And I'm going to tell you why. I like who I grew up to be. I like the person I am. I think I'm a good person. I think I'm a person that has a lot to offer a lot of people. I should be a life coach, Eli. Okay.
Then you
All
should
right.
be.
All right, Eli. No. But see, here's
Why
the thing.
not?
In my head, I have my mother and my grandfather's voice apparently, and I'm 46 and I'm just now realizing this. I'm have their voices in my head saying to me, like, what do you have to offer? Like, what's so great about you? Like, they were never the
Experience.
type to they were never the type of people to say, wow, great job. But when you did something wrong, holy shit
They'd whoop
balls.
your, you know what? Yeah.
Oh, the whole world came down on you.
Right.
Okay. And like, listen, but now, and that's why, like, I don't speak to the rest of like my mother's side of the family. They're horrible people. They are. So my uncles live in Virginia. My mother's here. My mother's she's a freaking bloody mess. And like just now, like I said, all this stuff with my family just happened. So my mother today, my uncle Tommy was found the other day. I told you, right? So my cousin, I have a cousin Edith, who's like they're like, let's all welcome a big brown family welcome. We've missed her. We love her. Let her know how much we love her and missed her. And I'm like, now meanwhile, before anybody responded to me, my mother's going, just letting you know about these people. Don't be upset if they don't accept you. And blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, they took me in with open arms and accepted me and automatically like now I don't know. I haven't met any of them in person yet, right? But automatically, oh my God, but I get text messages from them like every day. You know what I'm saying? And like and I love you and how are you doing and this and that and I'm like this is but in my and I started thinking like my mom. So today my mom she's asking me questions because the obituary went up, right, for my uncle Tommy, and so I sent it to her, and she was here when it happened when I sent it to her. And I come out of my room because when she's in my house, I try to stay in my room because we don't get along, and I don't want to yell and curse at her, and I don't want to punch her in the face. Well, I want to, but I won't. Okay. And what happens is, I come out of the room. She's talking to me about. I'm like, Mom, all due respect. I was like, but I really don't want to talk about this with you. She was like, okay, but may I ask why? And I'm like, you can ask why, but she's not gonna like the answer. Okay. I said, I said, do you really want to know the answer? I need to know the answer. Okay, I'll give you the answer. I said, but I'm going to tell you now. These are my feelings. Okay, you cannot invalidate them, and I don't want to argue with you about it because this is how I feel, and I'll get over it like I get over everything. But at the moment, trust me, you don't want to go there with me. She's like, what? And I'm like, I'm very angry with you. I resent you for this shit. You kept me from these people. Your father beat me. You did that. I said, no, that's fine. But my father was in prison. And you kept me from his brothers and sister and parents. And I had grandparents and cousins and aunts and uncles that loved me and wanted me to be. I had a whole family out there that I could have been a part of that may have made a big difference in my life, for the better or worse. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it would have made a big difference in my life. And she was like, well, you can resent me and hate me and be angry for a lot of things, but you have no right to be angry with me about that. I said, don't fucking tell me what I have a right to be angry about. I have
Sure.
every right to be angry about that.
Sure.
Every fucking right. And she starts going, I'm like, I told you I don't want to do this. Because then I start, like, I get angry. I'm like, listen, because she was never a mother. Like, so don't, you have no right. You don't get treated like one. You have no right. That woman used to leave for 3-4 days at a time, and I would be by myself, 8, 9, 10 years old. You know what I mean? So you have no right to say anything to me. And I'm very, so now I'm in that phase. I'm very angry with this woman. What are you laughing at, Chester? What are you fucking twiddling your chest hairs? Are you going like this?
You didn't read what I just put up on the screen, did you?
No, I'm gonna look now.
I'm not Chester. I'm part werewolf. LOL. Yeah. Hey, Michelle. Let me ask you guys something here. I wanna discuss one more topic, and then I'm gonna jump off here in a little bit, and you folks can continue. And if you want to bring Will on or do whatever, Chris, I want to respect your show here. But this is an interesting topic. I want to get your opinions on. I've talked about this a lot lately, and and we got to be very careful here because we don't want to get this stream taken down or anything. And it won't. You're good. You're good, man. You're within the guidelines, Chris, as of this point. Um, I've talked a lot about left versus right, conservative versus liberal, and I know you said you're in New York, which is I know it's a blue state.
Yeah, I'm not blue. I'm very red.
That's what I figured. I figured you were more conservative than liberal. Like I've said on my channel, like for me, I'm more down the middle. I mean, I may identify.
I was on your stream one night when you did the "Let's have a conversation." I wasn't gonna bring this up, but since you did, but I was on your stream one night on your and you had said, "Let's have a conversation." I think the title was Trump supporters versus non-Trump supporters, or something like that.
Right.
Something along those lines in the title. And I came in and I so wanted to go on the panel that night because a lot of times you can't get your point across as well in a chat. You just cannot. And but go ahead. So I do know, like I was in your chat one night with that.
Yeah. What I wanted to say is this: is that look, like I said, I identify slightly left, but I'm more down the middle. Like I like everybody. Here's the thing, Michelle. Like I don't have any problems against conservatives, liberals, independents, libertarians. It doesn't matter.
I didn't get that vibe from you. I didn't. You're right.
Well, no. Yeah, no, I understand. I'm just saying that I'm just curious to know if you've had experiences because you live in a predominantly blue state in New York. It's very liberal where you're at. Like, has that like affected like your life out there? Has it been a little different?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm just curious to know how.
Absolutely. Oh boy, I could tell you. First of all, New York has gone to shit.
That's a good question,
New York
huh,
City
Chris?
has gone to New York City has gone to shit. Okay, we got this jerk off mayor De Blasio. He's a real piece of shit. They think he hates New York City. They think he hates the rich.
Isn't Andrew Cuomo there too?
Cuomo is the governor for our state. Yes,
Yeah.
he's a real douchebag too. Okay, he is. He's a douchebag. He is. Okay. Now, with that being said, remember what I was saying before about the weather? There's a snowstorm coming, and we watch 10 different channels to see how much snow we're gonna get, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I can't stand CNN. I can't stand Fox either. Listen,
Yeah,
I am not
CNN,
extreme
Clinton
right. I'm
News.
not like abortion. I don't give a fuck. What that don't affect me. I really don't care if you have an abortion or not. There's certain things I just don't care about. But but I'm a capitalist all the way. All the way. I invest in the stock market. And I'm going to tell you something, and this is a fact. I saved for 2 years, it took me, because I was very poor at one point, like I said. Okay? For 2 years, it took me to save $500 to open up my own E-Trade account. You know how much I've grown that into right now? And never mind the money I've taken out to redo my apartment. $107,000 I got in there from $500. So
Wow.
don't fucking tell me, okay, that it's just for the rich man. It's not.
It's
You know
not.
what I did? You know how I did it? I didn't buy the $1,000 cell phone. I bought $10 sneakers instead of friggin' $200 sneakers.
Right.
It can be done. And I
Hmm.
can't stand, I'm tired of the rich being fucking penalized. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm tired of the rich being penalized. Why should listen, Jeff Bezos, should he do better for his employees? Maybe, but why should he be punished for building a friggin' empire? This man, but yet, okay, stand up for the small business. Absolutely, we need the small business.
Correct.
But when that small business turns into a big business, all of a sudden they're the enemy. They're
Right.
no good. Are you
Right.
kidding me? Without these big businesses and without these Jeff Bezoses and Bill Gates, even though I don't like Bill Gates, but without these people, guess what? Nobody has jobs. Nobody has nothing.
Right.
It's just the way it is, okay? And they shouldn't be penalized
They're
for
innovators.
building what they built.
They're innovators. They are. They are. They changed the world. Jeff Bezos, I'll say real quick, and it's sad that him and his wife, split up, and
Who gives a shit about that?
well, she, well, she got a good amount of cash, but
Well, let me
anyway,
ask you a question. You don't think she deserves what?
no, she does. No, listen. In that case, listen. I'm gonna be fair here. I'm a fair guy. She was with him from the very beginning, and if it wasn't for her doing her part, he wouldn't have been able to do what he did. So,
Exactly.
so yes, she deserves all the billions that she got. I get that. But Jeff Bezos and Chris, I'm sure you agree here too.
Yeah.
He changed the world with Amazon because let me tell you right now, if it wasn't for Amazon, even during this pandemic, it'd be hard to get some things. Like it was hard for even for a while at the beginning for Amazon to get things. It took a few weeks, but now Amazon is back to delivering things 1 to 2 days. It's amazing what
Yeah,
they're
because you know what it
doing.
is? I think they laid off the friggin' subcontractors. There was subcontracting shit out, and it was just bad.
Well, they got more efficient. Now they have their own vehicles, and it's better because they can get things out faster, and they can pay their employees the money, and when they
Well, see,
cut.
and that's my issue with the Amazon company and the Targets and the WalMarts of the world. Okay, while the capitalists, what they do is, and this is why I invest because I know this shit. This is what they do. 40 hours. If an employee works 40 hours, they're entitled to benefits, this, that, and the other thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do? They make them work 39 and a half hours. Are you fucking kidding me? 39 and a half hours, 39 hours, no benefits? No. And Jeff Bezos says, okay, all Amazon employees are going to get $15 an hour nationwide. That's great if you're in West Bubba Frig, Guam, Arkansas, but in New York City, $15 an hour ain't really much. I mean, it's
Same
okay.
here.
You understand? Where are you, Eli?
Oh, I'm in the Bay Area. We're just as expensive as you guys are. We're the Bay Area and New
Oh, you're
York.
in San Francisco. Okay, yeah, no, I
Yeah,
know, I know.
same thing. Same
It's
thing.
actually it might even be a little bit higher with less tax.
Yep. It's
But
it's it's a little worse out here. The
yeah,
cost
and
of
Chris,
living
you're in
here is
Texas,
incredible.
right?
What's
Chris,
that?
you're in Texas.
Well, I mean, I know out there where you're at, Eli, I know they had them really bad wildfires out there.
Oh yes, no, they did. But what she's talking about is the minimum wage and the wages that are being paid. Like if Bezos is saying we're going to pay
Yeah,
$15 an hour, if you're where you're at, Chris, if you're in, no disrespect, if you're in Timbuktu, $15 an hour is not bad. If you're in the
it's
Bay
real
Area,
good.
if you're in California, Bay Area, LA, or in New York, 15
Yeah,
bucks an hour is
ain't
poverty.
nothing,
It's
ain't
poverty.
nothing.
It's
Yeah,
poverty.
but
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be there shouldn't be a federal minimum wage because, like I said, at the end of the day, it's not the same rate in the Bay Area, in New York City, in like wherever you are. It really should be based on where you're at.
correct.
And as an investor in these companies, I know like the top and bottom line matters, and that's all that matters to them. And they do need to wake up a little bit and say, you know what, maybe the top and bottom line will do a little better if we pay these guys $10 an hour and these guys 20, or hypothetically speaking. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I
Right.
just farted. I just farted.
Oh boy, that's
I got so excited I farted.
oh boy.
That
What?
was
What?
very
What?
lovely.
What? You got a problem?
No, I don't have a problem with something that's natural.
But what? Everybody farts. I have a book inside that says everybody poops. Anywho, but as I was saying, as an investor of all these companies, they need to wake up and say, you know what, maybe this is a little better. And I got in so much trouble on the street one night. Well, not trouble, like I didn't give a shit, but I said that when Trump announced he was running for president, okay, and at no point did you ever hear me say I love him, he's a great guy, okay, because he's not. But I don't need a nice guy to be my president. I don't need like a guy I want to hug to be my president. I need a guy that's not afraid to say, you know what, screw you, China, screw you this, screw you that. I'm a 9/11 survivor. I was here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it right now because of the snow. You won't be able to see it. Okay, but right, Chris, you've seen it before, but the World Trade Center was right there, was there, and now it's the Freedom Tower. Okay, and I was here that day, and all my family was here, and trust me when I tell you. So aside from all the other shit, I was here 9/11. Okay,
Wow.
when that second plane hit, my hair, I was looking at it because I saw the first one hit, right, and now I'm on the text. I'm like, oh my god, like they're blowing up the World Trade Center again, and I'm thinking it's just like. But then it hits me like I saw the tail of the plane going to Tower 1. And now I'm sitting there like, wow. And all of a sudden it starts coming on the news. Now, I I was facing this the way I'm facing now. The Freedom Tower, the Trade Center was here, right? And Jersey was behind it. So when the second plane hit, it came this way. I'm trying to show you. It came. Oh, hold on. Hello. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Hello. So when the second plane hit, it came like, let's say this is the building right here, right? It came from behind it. So it blew out this way, and my hair went whoosh, and I felt the fire in my face. So I'm on the 23rd floor, and I'm literally like 3 blocks away. You know what I'm saying? So I need a strong person. I need somebody who's not afraid to say, screw you, and this and that. Okay? And put this country first. Because for years we put other countries first. We need to put this country first. Until there is not one homeless veteran on the street, or hungry child, or veteran, or whatever on the street, American, okay? And I feel for other countries and their kids or whatever. But until we have our own, like, I'm sorry, but I got 3 kids and 1 grandson. And my neighbor has, let's say, hypothetically, 2 kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's say I have enough to feed my kids, right? And if I try to share with yours, they're all going to die of starvation. Who am I feeding? I'm feeding my kids. Okay? I'm sorry. And anybody that says different is full of shit. All right?
Yeah.
You have to take care of your own first. Plain and simple, you have to take care of your own first. Okay? Your border security, very important. Never mind Mexico. Mexico was never the problem. It's below Mexico, South America. That's the problem. Okay? 9/11 with better border security doesn't happen. Those were friggin' people that were here on expired student visas. Like, this shit should not happen. And Trump was not afraid to point that shit out. Do I like him as a person? Not necessarily. Don't know him as a person. Don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
But I do know at the end of the day, he hit a lot of friggin' subjects that were here for me. Okay, and like I said, I was here at 9/11. I didn't see it on the news. I was here, experienced and felt it. And I'm sorry, but People need to wake up. Like you just don't understand. You know what the Muslim extremists say? The democratic system is what will bring America to its knees. You guys don't understand. They hate us. And they hate us simply because we're allowed to believe what we want to believe. And I'm allowed to speak the way I am right now. I'd be killed for this over there. I'd be
Sure.
killed for this.
Yeah, no, you're
Right?
right. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but with you, and it makes me very, very sad that people. Remember what I was saying before? Like my ex-husband hated me more than he loved his kids. Well, guess what? Americans hated Trump more than they loved this country, and that's a fact. And I don't care. Okay, because how do you vote for a man that is insane? He don't even know his kids' names. What's your son's name? He gives his dead grandson's name or some shit like that. Like, and you want to talk about racist? That's a race. Please, it's as racist as it gets. That son of a bitch is the one that put everybody, all the minorities, in jail. Him and Kamala Harris. Okay, they were on completely different sides of things. She was a prosecutor. Are you freaking kidding me? This is what this country's come to.
Yeah, you know what? Let me say one thing real quick, and then I'm gonna hop up here in a second. I think the one thing that you're tackling, one of the most frustrating things, is jobs being outsourced overseas, and that was a trend that.
No, not jobs. So it's got nothing to do with that. But go ahead.
Well, that's a problem too. Like
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes, it is. But
yeah.
go ahead.
Now, not only is the problem the jobs being outsourced, is everything's being replaced by computers. Obviously, we have our tech is just so far advanced. Look at this. We have our phones. Like I'm on my phone right now. I've got this big
That's
iPhone.
I'm on my phone.
Yeah, I mean it's ridiculous, but it's great, right? So,
Yeah.
so when we started outsourcing everything to India, to China, like when I used to sell insurance, Michelle and Chris, I had this client that was originally from China, and she moved out here at a young age, but she had a lot of great contacts over there, and she opened up a store that distributes wireless cell phone accessories to cell phone companies, AT&T, T-Mobile, everybody, right?
But she came here and did it, right?
Yes, but what she does is
Did you come here legally?
of course, she came here at a young age, yes. But the thing is, she had her contacts, right? So what does she do? She orders these really fancy cases that we get from China. She gets them literally for pennies on the dollar.
Yep.
And then she sells them wholesale for like $1 a piece. She makes like 80% profit off of them, and then these places go and resell them for $20-$30 a piece.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So you're looking at this has been an issue for quite a long time. Then you've got these people back in China working in sweatshops for peanuts, right? They work for what? For $20 a week, right? They can barely afford to keep the lights on and eat and all that, right? I mean, we got some serious issues. We do.
We got some shit going on. Let me tell you something. China is no damn good. And it aggravates the shit out of me as an investor that we even allow Chinese companies to be on the American stock exchange. It should not be allowed. It's a communist country. Now, listen, I don't hate communists. If that's what you believe, that's what you believe. But I live right next to Chinatown, and I'm going to tell you right now, they don't like China. They're here for a reason because they know if they're in China, what they make is not theirs. If they're here, what they make is theirs. Okay. And I had this dispute on another channel the other night on the panel, like about a month ago. And they're like, you want to see what goes on in China? Because I was saying, like, people are saying, like, America is doing so much worse when it comes to the coronavirus spread, this and that. What they're not taking into account is the fact that this is a free country. You can't force me to stay home. You can't force me to wear a mask. Whereas in there's countries in the world where if you're out right now, they'll shoot you dead because you're out. Okay. So I'm sorry, but if you have a problem with the way it's done here, go there and get your ass shot to death. Okay. That's the way it is. This is the greatest country in the fucking world, and I don't care who disputes it.
It
okay?
is.
That's why so many people want to come here. And don't get me started on the hate bullshit.
I hate to cut the stream short, but my battery's about to die on my phone, so I'm probably gonna have to go ahead and just end the stream
Sorry,
now.
Okay,
Chris, we hijacked the whole shit, didn't we?
Chris, real quick before we go, can you at least? You're not going to take this down, are you? If you're thinking about it, can you at least leave it on unlisted for one day?
No, I'm keeping it up.
I'm
It's a
sorry,
beaut-
Jigsaw. Biden is going to reduce the price
It's,
of medicine.
I mean,
Like
it's
the
gonna
authority.
be visible.
Good. It's a good stream.
Hi, Dallas County. How are you? All right. I'm
All
sorry.
right,
We
all right,
hijacked
Chris.
it.
Chris has got to go before he gets cut off. Chris, thank you so much for
Love
having
you,
me. I'll
Chris.
be in touch with you tomorrow, Chris. I'll take.
Chester.
Okay.
Okay. I'll
Show
take.
it to me, Chester.
Eli?
Chester, show it to me.
All right.
Eli,
Yeah, Chris.
Show it to me.
whenever I would like to talk to you just a little bit behind the scenes, a little bit. It won't take long.
All right, Chris. Charge up your phone for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then let
Show
me
it to me,
know,
Chester.
and then I'll call you. Okay.
Chester, show it to me.
All right, bro. I'll talk to you in a bit,
Chester.
guys. Thanks for having me.
Bye,
All right,
Eli.
All
as
right, bye.
always. All right, bye.
Chester, show it to
Yeah.
me. Come on.
Huh?
Show it to me.
Oh man.
Show it to me. You know you want to. Yay.
All right.
I love you, Chris. I love you. And much love to Donna up there. We love Donna.
Yeah, I know she's up there having a field time, sitting
Oh, yeah.
looking down,
You know what she
watching
would
us
love
have
to
a
hear
good
right now,
time.
Chris? You know what she would love to hear? The schnozberries taste like schnozberries. That was her favorite. I'll talk to you soon, okay? Thank you for letting me up. Sorry we hijacked your stream. Bye,
Oh, it's
chat.
all right.
Bye, chat. Love you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. All right, everybody. Everybody that came to my stream tonight, I'm glad that you decided to come and have a good time. Remember, as always, guys, be part of the Fire Nation. Stay lit, stay chill, stay positive, guys. You guys have a great, awesome night. Peace.